Alright everyone, so the early version for the patch notes for Raid 2.0 actually just came out, so let's go ahead and dig into this in a bit more detail. Let me go ahead and pull this up on the screen right here, and I believe these are actually public as well, because I took a look at the Facebook and I saw a link to a page that pretty much had the exact same version of this stuff out there as well. So this is information that is now out there, and there are some new things in here that I noticed that we didn't actually know about before, so I'll go ahead and kind of point those out as well. And if you guys are wondering what a general time frame is as well, there is no set date as of yet right now. However, the Diamond did give me permission to share this. The current time frame for the actual patch is testing of the new arena starts next week, June 1st. It will take a couple of days. After that, our guys will need to review all the feedback and bug reports from the testers, so I suppose 2.0 comes in mid-June. So that's just a rough timeline. Of course, I would definitely take the dates that Plarium gives with a bit of a grain of salt here, pun intended of course, but that'll give you a bit of a time frame. So there'll probably be a revision or some updates to these notes a couple of days before the actual patch ends up dropping. These are just the early notes. Anyway, let's get into them here. Greetings from Plarium. The last several updates focused on the quality of life for our players more than anything else, but 2.0 has something special in store, a brand new arena mode. This will not be a replacement for the old arena battles you know and love, but rather a complementing feature that will in time grow into something quite different. While this update will not introduce the special kind of rewards we have in mind, we are still testing matchmaking and balance to ensure the PvP experience is fun and fair. All participating players will receive something for their effort regardless. We will elaborate in the rewards section at the end of this highlight reel. Without further ado, let's dive right into it and see what glorious new carnage your champions can unleash in the arena town of Velzar. So from my understanding is when 2.0 is going to be released, it's almost like they're kind of setting themselves up here for, you know, it's like we're still going to be testing out the tag team 3v3 arena before the rewards come out officially, which is going to be through the Bazaar, which I talked about in a bit more detail in the last video talking about this. So I'm not too sure if that's exactly how it's going to work, but it seems like they're setting themselves up, saying that, you know, there still could be some, you know, bugs and problems with it when it's released in its early version until we actually get the Bazaar out there. Overview. You'll see this first change as soon as you enter the arena battles from the game modes. We've added an arena map just like the ones that you see in campaign, dungeons, and faction war modes. The old arena battles are still there, marked as Classic Arena or the First Circle as it's named on the map. What interests us this time is the Circle of the Many, the Tag Team Arena, which becomes available to all players of level 35 and above. So you can see the interface here. Of course, we've got those green arena tokens, which are the tag team arena tokens. Very importantly, they are indeed separate from the regular arena system, and they actually have a bit more information about the tag team tokens, I think in the next paragraph or two. And there is some new stuff here about how they're actually going to work. And it seems like they've actually taken a little something from Dragon Champions. I'm not necessarily saying they took it from Dragon Champions, but the same kind of idea. And you'll see what I mean by that in terms of refilling your actual tokens. Tapping on the Tag Team Arena icon will bring you to its menu. You should be able to navigate it easily enough. Given the familiar layout, notice how a different kind of token is required to fight in these battles. We'll get to that later. For now, your defense must be set. So pretty typical, except of course you've got your 3 arena defenses, have to set at least 1 champion per defense minimum. So you're looking at between 3 to 12 champions in your total arena defense. The core principle of the Classic Arena remains largely unchanged. Before you start battling in Tag Team Arena, you need to set your arena defenses, but where the Classic Arena requires you to set at least 1 champion, you'll need to have at least 3 for the Tag Team Arena, a champion of each team. Team 1 will fight in the first battle, Team 2 in the second, and Team 3 in the third. Note that you can use a drag and drop system, i.e. hold your finger over a champion's icon and drag it to the desired slot on the roster. The maximum number of champions you can use is 12, 4 in each of the 3 teams. So I'm wondering though, if when you actually get into the battle, I know I mentioned this before, but you know, it would save us a lot of time if we didn't have to constantly swap around champions, because even before you start the battle, you'll be able to actually see your opponent's defenses, and you'll see, okay, these are the champions that they have for Team 1, these are the champions that they have for their Team 2, and these are the champions that they have for their Team 3. But you know, now I have to go back through my team and be like, okay, well, now I have to actually move my Team 1 champions over to Team 2 and my Team 2 champions to Team 1 because my Team 2 actually beats their Team 1 much easier, and so on and so forth. So, you know, I'm not sure. We'll have to just see in the testing phase if they kind of, you know, solve this kind of problem of just having to spend a lot of work in between the actual battles doing all that organizational stuff. Let's see what else we have here. A champion can only be used in the tag team arena defense roster once unless you have a duplicate of them, in which case both can be used in the same team or in different teams. Just like in the classic arena, champions used in the defense teams cannot be sacrificed in the tavern or for fusion, nor can they be sent to the sparring pit or the champion vault, so they get, you know, locked out, super locked in a way where you can't really do a whole lot with them. Makes sense, I guess. They can, however, be used for classic arena defense and tag team arena defense at the same time. That's good to note, I guess. All right, so here we go. This is the interesting part right here, is the actual info about the tag team arena tokens. As mentioned before, tag team arena battles will require a special kind of token to participate. Classic arena tokens won't do. Here's how they'll work. Upon reaching level 35, or on the day that Update 2.0 goes live, for those players who are already level 35 or higher, each player will receive 5 tag arena tokens. That is the maximum number of tokens that any one player can hold at a time. Just like in the case of Classic Arena, any overflow tokens will be removed. So it does not work like the energy system, it seems like. Something to be mindful of. So be sure to only use refills when your tag team arena tokens are at 0. Also, importantly, for the regular arena tokens, they reset on the hour, so you probably don't want to use your arena refill if you have a token that's going to refresh in like a minute, right? Just efficiency speaking. So for the tag team arena tokens, you have to be mindful of the fact that they reset at a particular time, 0 UTC, so you probably don't want to use, even if you're at 0 tokens, if it's like 10 minutes, 5 minutes before the 0 UTC reset, you probably don't want to refill at that time because they're just going to refill naturally and you might end up actually losing some of your tokens that you just used to refill. There is one important difference to keep in mind. Where the classic arena tokens are refilled at a rate of 1 per hour, tag arena tokens are reset fully at 0 UTC. This effectively means that the game automatically gives you 5 tag arena tokens every 24 hours. You will be able to buy refills at the gem shop. Was wondering about this because with the faction wars, there still are actually no ways to get additional keys. Even though there's a little plus icon, it doesn't do anything. I'm very surprised actually, especially given Plarium's history of monetization, that they still haven't introduced a way to actually get faction war tokens or keys. But here, you will be able to buy refills at the gem shop, but every new purchase will increase in price. So this is definitely I don't know if controversial is the right word. I do know that Dragon Champions has the same system in place for their energy refills, and it works really well for that game because they start off the first refills really cheap, but then as you refill more and more, they get expensive, and eventually it gets to the point where the refills are just so expensive that, like, even if you're a whale, you probably don't want to refill because it's just so ridiculously expensive. So I wonder how they're going to really kind of scale that with Plarium's take on the system right here. They don't do this for their energy, they don't do this for their regular arena tokens, but now they're deciding to go with this system for the tag arena tokens, and it's definitely we'll have to see. We'll see how this plays out. That's all I'm going to say on that for now. I don't want to get too into it in just this video right here. We're already talking about a lot of other stuff. Let's see. Battle tab. At the core, tag arena battles work similar to the classic arena. There's a list of possible opponents in the battle tab. You can see their defense teams and choose which opponent to face by tapping the battle button. From there, you fill up your own tag teams to fight. In each consecutive battle, you'll be able to see who they face off against and initiate the battle series if you have enough tag arena tokens to spare. So you get another look here at the actual interface. So you can see, you can actually see what the opponent's defense teams look like. So, you know, again, you're into the issue of, oh man, okay, now I know exactly what champions my enemy is using for their team 2, but it turns out that my team 1 is actually going to be way better against their team 2. So now I have to swap out my team 1 and team 2 champions to kind of optimize to fight my opponent the best way possible. Should you not find a suitable opponent in the current list, you can refresh it once every 15 minutes for free, or at any point after the first refresh, before the cooldown is over for 15 gems. I think the regular arena is only 5 gems, right? That's really interesting. I don't know. It's very weird. So you can still refresh it for free every 15 minutes, which is great. I'm really glad that they didn't increase it to something ridiculous like an hour or whatnot. But they did bump up the price, it looks like, to 15 gems, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because you have less tag team arena tokens. Maybe you can only see a certain... Maybe you won't be able to see 10 full battles. Maybe you only get to see 5 of them or something like that. I'm trying to make sense of some of the things that Plarium does, but I think that's kind of a waste of time at certain points. Fighting as a tag team arena battle. Once the battle starts, you'll be taken to the arena where your opponents... champions clash for glory and riches. There are no additional obstacles, no specific rules when it comes to the meat of the matter. You control a team of 4 champions against an enemy team that too comprises of 1 to 4 champions, depending on how bold your foe is. Some more screenshots here. But where you only have to win once in the classic arena, here must fight a series of 3 battles in full, each one between new champion teams. Whichever player wins 2 out of 3 battles will be the overall winner, though each battle contributes to the final score. So talked about this a bit in the last video. Obviously, it's a huge advantage to get 3 out of 3. I mean, just take this scenario here. He's got 18 points total. If he loses one of those, and that gives him -6 points, now he only gets 6 points instead of 18, even though they're both considered victories. So that's just a third as many points. Any of the ongoing battles can be skipped by tapping the pause button and choosing skip battle. Of course, that will count as a defeat. Alright, also keep in mind that you will not be able to fight the opponents you've already defeated again for 24 hours under normal circumstances. Interesting. That's new stuff here that we didn't know before. Those may only end up in your opponent list again if there are no other players to fight in your tier at that given moments. That is indeed quite interesting. We'll kind of have to see how that plays out. Tag Team Arena tiers. So I guess this first part is kind of important. Every player starts with 1,000 Tag Arena points. Losing battles will diminish these points to a minimum of 0. Winning battles will increase them. And then, of course, the actual system that they use is the same as the current arena system, where there's 12 tiers: bronze, silver, and gold, and then 1 through 4 in each of those, respectively. Let's see. Anything else important here? Reset happens Monday at 6 UTC. I believe that's the same time as the regular reset as well. I believe. The number of players in each tier is limited. And the game will choose as many contenders to progress as the tier limit will, based on their tag arena score. Those who have the lowest score will be demoted to the tier step below. Okay, interesting little progression bar right here for your score. I guess it's a bit different in terms of like the actual points that you get compared to the regular arena. The tiers are the same. We have the bronze, silver, and gold 1 through 4, but the point system and this progression bar is definitely something a bit new. If several players have the same score, whichever earned their tag arena first will get priority. i.e. the choice between letting one of the 2 players with a score of 3,000 points progress from bronze 2 to 3. The player who's reached 3,000 points first will advance to bronze 3. Likewise, if 2 players have 1,010 points and one has to be moved to bronze 1, whoever scored 1,010 will remain in bronze 2, while the other player will be demoted. And the most important part here, which kind of loops back around to the beginning of the rewards, there's a feature that we wanted to introduce to the game for a long while, one that our players likewise requested frequently: the Arena Shop, or Bazaar as we called it. While it is not going to hit the servers in Update 2.0, we're happy to confirm that the Bazaar will happen in the next big Arena updates. A little bit confused by that wording right there, because the next big update is the big Arena update, but I think what they're trying to say is it's not coming out with 2.0. It's going to be sometime afterwards. At this point in time, we can't reveal much in terms of specifics, nor can we give a date for this release. I'm sorry, this is just... you can only read this so much from Plarium before you start to laugh a little bit. That would be set in stone, but we can confirm that the Bazaar will be closely connected to the Tag Team Arena. Further information will become available in the future update highlights and news. So they will do a revision to this, it looks like. So we'll see at least one update to these notes in the future before the patch is out. Of course, we would not like to leave our players without a reward in the meanwhile. Therefore, everyone who participates in Tag Team Arena battles will receive a special prize at the end of the testing period when Bazaar goes live. Like in the Classic Arena, the value of these prizes will depend on the tier that they've managed to reach. I hope they're good, but my faith is the opposite of good with rewards like this. I'm definitely going to stay skeptical on this one. Keep an eye on the news. We will release a separate article detailing the rewards that Raiders will receive for their participation in the Tag Team Arena update in 2.0. Definitely looking forward to this. This is probably the one thing that I'm looking forward to the most. I really want to see the rewards, but more importantly, I want to see the features of the Bazaar or the Arena Shop to see if there will be skill books in it. Really looking forward to that. So, you know, hey, this is what it is. I wish we had some sort of news about the Void Tower as well, but from my understanding, that's not going to be until, at the very least, the next update. So we're looking at mid-June here. You have a pretty good timeline of kind of everything at this point, and if there's any new information or stuff to share with you guys, I will let you know as soon as possible. So with that being said, that's going to be it for the video, though. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and if you did and you want more videos like this, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave a quick like as well. It means more than you can imagine, so thank you so much to all of you guys to do that. And more Raid Shadow Legends videos, guides, tutorials, and all that fun stuff should be popping up on the screen right about now. Feel free to check them out. But if not, until next time, take care, everyone. This is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.